Your name is power. Oh, my God. Your name is strength. Oh. A strong tower. Oh. That makes me whole. place where it will be a place of termination, place of change, a place of the end of sorrow. You know what? If you look at what happened to the children of Israel, Pharaoh was calling them slaves, but Jesus and the Lord himself was calling them sons.
Amen.
Now the Lord made it possible for the children of Israel to run away from Pharaoh. But as long as Pharaoh was chasing them, they were not free.
Amen. Amen. Yes, Lord.
Now we are in the same situation.
Yes. Oh.
You might not be physically being chased, but there is this fear, this condemnation, lack of confidence. I don't know what it is, but it is an it, and it's bothering you. As long as Pharaoh was alive and chasing the children of Israel, just the thought of knowing someone is chasing you, that it's in bondage. You don't have to be locked up. That sickness, that unforgiveness, as long as it's chasing you. That addiction, as long as it's chasing you. You don't have to be in a particular place and be locked up to be in bondage. There are things that keep on following us. Now, the Lord knew. That's why he made it possible for the children of Israel to borrow silver, gold, camels, food, whatsoever thing that they would have to take for the journey. But Obusalayo, Ufaro, Begabalande, Uzungano, Ufaro work. Ufaro Begabalande. Nine corona, fear, sickness, disease, death, loss of jobs, lack of opportunities, no resource. It's following us. Now all these problems that are following us, they're following us to the Red Sea. If you know what is going to happen in the Red Sea, you'll be screaming more than that. Sometimes God has to take you to a place. That place is called the place of ending. Now when things come to you and they follow you and they chase you, it's very difficult to know who is who, which one is from God. They went to the Red Sea as the slaves. They came out as sons. If you want to know, where is this problem coming from? Where is this problem coming from? Where is this worry coming from? Where is this sorrow coming from? When it gets to the Red Sea! When it gets to the Red Sea! When it gets to the Red Sea! When that problem gets to the Red Sea! Now things are happening to you. You don't know where the problem is coming. But God allows certain situations. They must pursue you and chase you to the water. Now because we don't know when things are happening to you, is this from God or is this from Satan? Is this marriage from God or is this from Satan? Is this business from God or is this from Satan? Is this problem? Now for you to know what comes from God, when it enters the Red Sea, that which does not come from God, it drowns. I mean, wow. But in the end, it produces purpose. Now it was painful, knowing you just hear the horses. You hear the phone calls. You hear there's no money, insufficient funds. You hear you are retrenched. You hear the business is closed. You hear Ushwanile. You hear all these things. As long as Pharaoh is chasing you and this thing are pursuing you, please don't resist. Run towards the water. Pharaoh was calling them slaves. Some people have written you off. There's nothing that they did not say about you. Even as they keep on smiling. But what they say, what Pharaoh was saying is a slave, God was calling a son.
Oh, Jesus. Amen.
He told Moses, he says, I will make sure that I kill the firstborns of Egypt to make Pharaoh feel how it feels to take my sons. Israel, they are my son. Let them go. Now, there are certain things that God will allow you to go through them. The world can label you, but what is of God in the Red Sea survives. I don't care what people think. I don't care what you're saying about your situation and yourself. I'm telling you right now, there is a place where everything must end. Every sorrow, every worry, every trial, every tribulation, every stronghold.
Amen.
Now you need to understand the dynamics of spirituality. God will take you to a place where everything that you thought you are, it ends. Or everything that you thought you feared, it ends. I'm prophesying to you. Now this should make business sense when people are baptized. Now some of you, when you don't understand the things of the Spirit, you might think that they're acting up. Some cannot even pull themselves out of the river, out of the swimming pool. It's because they are dying of old self and the newness. In every area of your life, once you get into that river or that sea, everything that is not supposed to be within you, around you, or of you, please stop fighting. It must end. Stop worrying. Stop crying. Stop doubting. You are right on the verge of the Red Sea. You step your foot there. Anything that is not of God, even if it's good for you, bye-bye. I can't hear you. Therefore, they will tell you, pain is a sign that the child is close. You're going to give birth to your destiny. So why would you complain? God cannot talk about your future if the present confuses you. God cannot engage or converse when you cannot even define or understand the present position where you are. How can He tell you about tomorrow? Now, when you understand, pain is a midwifery of purpose. The pain that I am feeling, the pain that I'm going through, the chase that I'm seeing now, the child is close. Women say, I'm never ever going to give birth. This is my last child. If God did not give us the grace, the two children of Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, would have been the last children. But because His grace is sufficient. All the problematic things that have been fought. Because you have to understand, every time you don't understand, just know that you are becoming spiritual. Your intellect, your resources, your connections, anything that you trust more than God must come to a cul-de-sac. Fight to get into your purpose. Things are happening around you, within you, in your mind, in your spirit. But these things, some of them are chasing you. But we don't know who's who in the zoo, what is what from where. Now get to the water. The water will separate men from boys. Without a fight. Now when you get to the water, those who called you slave, those who called you useless, those who called you silly, those who called you selfish, whatsoever name that you've been categorized under, you are going to get in as a slave. You will come out as the son. Anything that is from God will come out from the water. Anything that is not of God will drown. That's how you define purpose and the understanding of spirituality without fighting. I don't even know. Maybe we can say Pharaoh was chasing slaves, but maybe he was chasing the gold. Maybe he was chasing the silver because they took so much. Now you wouldn't know. There are certain things in your life, there have been a struggle. They must get into them. Tell them, oh, once you understand and you have the grace to hear God, that's the only thing I'm crying for. I see other people are fascinated by things, but if you can hear Him, He says, I have allowed this problem, it is from me. Yes, run to the water. When you get into the water, I'll make a way for you. Who is chasing you? Whoever, whatever is troubling you. Because everything that God does works out for good.
Oh, yes.
You guys, you know the scriptures, but do you understand them? I wish God can reveal to you. That's my wish. But sometimes He will take you to a place of trouble, place of sorrow, place of confusion, to save you. I love you. Please take up your seats. Tell me. Yes, please read first.
Exodus chapter 14, from verse 13. But Moses told the people, don't be afraid. Just stand still and watch the Lord rescue today.
You hear that? Now you have to go to Genesis 3, verse 16, and then you go to Romans 8, verse 28. That talks about the birth of a child and the pain that is involved. Now when you have the pain, but you have the passion, and you are holding the child in your arms, all the pain you forget. True or false, mothers? Now even in the circumstances of Israelites, as long as Pharaoh was chasing them, when they got to the water and they got to the other side, and everything else that was chasing them died, those people were never the same. They had an incredible passion for God. Now you don't have to find somebody to tell you what God has done if you witness such things in your life.